as we were all preparing for the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes to drag on another day, Andrew Friedman offered a contract that just can't be refused by anyone, and the Los Angeles Dodgers and Kyle Tucker find themselves in agreement on a 4-year deal worth $240 million with $30 million deferred. It's 57.1 AAV with an opt-out after year 2. While the reigning champs find themselves with even more jewels, the Blue Jays once again came up short on a free agent pursuit to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
You can't keep getting away with it!
At some point, it's got to come to an end. I mean, seriously. Then, while every team was figuring out how they would pivot, the Mets swooped in, signing Bo Bichette to a 3-year, $126 million deal. That's $42 a season, no deferrals, opt-outs after year 1 and 2, similar to Bregman, and he'll be suiting up at third base. So what's next for the Toronto Blue Jays? That's what I want to go over in today's video, but before we do that, if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Thanks, now let's get into it. There's only one quote-unquote big bat remaining, and that's Cody Bellinger. And even that, I don't know if is a major change in the lineup. Then there's Luis Arias and Eugenio Suarez, but I don't think they make sense or fit. And I, for one, am not really a big fan of the idea of bringing in Cody Bellinger, especially if he wants 7 years. If it's like a 2 or 3 year deal, I could get behind it, but 7 is, that 7-year deal is just riddled with red flags. He also wants 30 or over 30 million a season, I should say, because the Yankees have 155, and they say more, please. Bellinger had a good season last year. Obviously, he benefited from playing in Yankee Stadium. That's not a knock on him. You played up to your stadium. He didn't choose where he went. He just played to his confines. But, I mean, you'd be kidding yourself if you said he didn't benefit from playing in Yankee Stadium 81 games of the year. Bellinger had 272. He had a 480 slug and an 813 OPS. That gives him an OPS plus of 125. It means he's 25% better than league average. League average is 100. He had muscled out 29 home runs, drove in 98 runs. Surface level, these numbers are fantastic. Those are really good numbers. They're not 30 plus a year for 7 years good, but they're good. Unfortunately, the track record for him isn't there anymore, because no matter how good he's going to be, we all will remember that stretch where he was horrific, god awful in 2020 to 2022-ish. He got DFA'd at the end of the 2021 season. He signed with the Cubs. He had an all right year, I guess. It wasn't Cody Bellinger level, but it existed. I'm more on the lines of just kind of calling it an offseason, I think, if you're the Blue Jays. Last year, we made the mistake of spending due to pressure from the fan base. They don't need to do that this year. They can't make the Anthony Santander mistake that they made last year, this year. You can't do it. It's not in the best interest of the organization, both on the field or financially, despite Rodgers being billions of dollars worth of money. It's not there. Go in with the lineup you have. It's the best in the American League East, in my opinion, and probably top 2 in the American League. I think Seattle's lineup is probably the only other one that really competes with it. Maybe Baltimore can get in there too. You cannot financially handcuff yourself one season before a new CBA, collective bargaining agreement, that's going to have a salary cap comes into effect. You can't do it because you don't know what that number is going to be. So say you give Bellinger that, say it's even 28 over 7. You're at 330-ish. Say the salary cap's 30 mil, you now got to clear $30 million to get under that. It is not smart to do that. And I get you can't play into the unknown, but Anthony Santander financially handcuffing, I say in quotation marks because he's only making like 16, probably cost the Jays a chance at attacking Kyle Schwarber on a contract. It might have hurt their chances at maybe looking at Pete Alonso. it could have hurt their chances of, I mean, it probably didn't hurt their chances in Tucker or Bo, if we had to be honest. So we don't need to do it. It's not something that needs to be done this year. It hurts them if they wanted to go and get a Eugenio Suarez this year. They now can't do that because Santander. Although, like, realistically, Springer's going to DH anyways, but you get my point. They have good money coming off the book at the end of 2026. They're going to have $25 million with George Springer. It's 16-ish with Bieber, 23 with Gausman. There's a little bit more if Barrios opts out. I'm not sure what the number is. I'm not sure if there's payments involved in that. So personally, with that, that's 60-something million, which is 1 year of Kyle Tucker, apparently. I'd just go look at extending Dalton Varsho, like, tonight. Just get that done. I don't want to see Varsho hit the open market. Whatever it is, just get it done. Because with a Varsho extension next year, they'll still be like 100 million under the 300 threshold. Like, they're going to be way under, so it's fine. You can do that. Other than that, for the lineup, maybe you look at a guy like RJ Schreck or Yohendrick Panago. Maybe they have a really good spring and crack the roster out of spring training. I don't see that happening, especially not with Panago. Maybe Schreck could do it, but iffy. Or, better yet, Anthony Santander returns close to his form. I'm not talking 44 home runs. I'm not even talking 35. Like, if he can slug 25 to 30 at most in the bottom half of your lineup, you're more than okay with that. That's a fantastic deal for you. That's great. That replaces the Bo Bichette production. It might even counteract a bit of a George Springer regression, because he's not going to be... Like, that was George Springer's best year of his career. I don't think he goes to that level again. Or Joey Loperfido becomes the player we kind of know he can be. I'm a big Loperfido fan. I think he's got a higher contact. Like, he's Barger with more contact, if that makes sense. I really think he can be a star if he just gets the runway, and maybe he gets it. Other than that, like, there's not much free agency. The next two free agent classes are not good offensively. They're all right. They're not great. They're not cornerstone. Next year's headline probably by Nico Horner. Or if Bo Bichette opts out, it's Bo Bichette. But Nico Horner, who's a fantastic baseball player, isn't like the make or break on if you win a World Series. Then there's Jeremy Pena, or Kyle Tucker can opt out. Or maybe it's Bo Bichette again. Maybe he doesn't opt out after year one because he's playing third base and it's weird. They aren't great. Like, it's not... I don't look at the next two free agent classes offensively and go, man, that's awesome. I can't wait. So any real offensive addition would probably become a trade if you aren't interested in Bellinger long-term, which they shouldn't be. So who are the trade candidates? I've kind of gathered 4 or 5 names that I like, and here's who they are. One, Stephen Kwan with Cleveland. He fits like a glove, in my opinion. He is what the Blue Jays embody. High contact, low strikeout. He fits perfectly. I just don't see Cleveland moving him right now, especially because they are arguably one of the best teams in the Central. Like, there's an easy path there. Maybe we hit the deadline and they aren't competitive. They aren't in the playoff spot, and they do what they did last year where they flipped Shane Bieber. Maybe that's what happens with Stephen Kwan. Then there's Brendan Donovan or Lars Nootbaar with St. Louis. Both are great fits, and I could actually see them being moved. Donovan would play second base and provide a very good bat. He was pretty comparable to Bellinger's OPS+. I think he was at 119 or 115 or something like that. Which kind of shows you, again, how he stacks up against the league average hitter, but it shows you where his production is similar to Bellinger. Nootbaar can play outfield. I would probably guess left field. I would like this move as well. He could be a 120 WRC plus guy if you get him with Lou Iannetta and David Popkins. Like, there's potential there. They could also get creative and, quite frankly, a little fun. And maybe go get C.J. Abrams with the Washington Nationals. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know how that package would work. But it's fun. He can play shortstop. He can move Jimenez back to second base. He's got better bat speed than Bo or Bellinger, I believe, or Bo and Tucker, one of those two. And it works. That fits like a glove too. He's under contract for a couple more years. I like it. It costs an arm and a leg. And after that, the only other bat I can really see moving is probably Luis Robert Jr. from Chicago. I don't see Chicago holding on to him, but I don't know who would trade for him. The dollars he's making doesn't make sense if you're Toronto, unless Chicago's eating a lot of it. I doubt we see the fit there in Toronto, especially with injury history and everything going on. It's not been great. Other than that, it's tough sledding for Toronto if they really want to improve this lineup. You kind of just got to hope that Santander bounces back while Vladdy and Ernie continue their postseason play, or a variant of that postseason play. We're not talking Ernie's going to hit 500 all season or Vladdy's going to have 80 home runs. But if Vladdy can hit 30 home runs with a 300 average, I think you're okay with that. Or if Ernie's hitting well over 300, maybe not driving the ball out, but he's just slapping shit all over the place, you're okay with that. Other than that, I want to see them make Addison Barger the right fielder every day moving forward. I think that's the play. Put him under term for 4 years now. They need someone. They need someone who can be in the outfield and face the outfield. Right now, it's got to be Addison Barger if you can't have Varsho locked down. I hope they give Lo Perfito regular ABs because, again, I think he can be really good. But he's got to prove that he should be doing that. After that, looking at the farm system, you kind of got to hope one of Arjun Namala or JoJo Parker take a massive leap in the farm system this year. This is more on the infield side to replace Bo there. I'd probably lean Namala. He's just a little bit older, has a few more years of experience in there. But who knows? Maybe JoJo Parker dominates low-level pro ball and he finds himself on the doorstep of AA by the end of the year. For Namala, he has to take a major leap. It would be reaching AAA. He's going to start in Vancouver probably. If he can play in one game in Buffalo by the end of 2026, he's had a good year. It's been a big leap, and he's jumped hugely. At the end of the day, this Toronto team is still really good. I think they're the class of the AL East. They're one of the favorites for the American League. But one of Bo or Tucker would have made them great. Anyways, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know by dropping a like. If you are brand new here, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.